Hello, family of light. It's Jen-Irishu speaking from Brisbane, Australia. I feel so honoured to be able to speak to you today, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, Christmas season. It is just a time for me, a time of when hearts gather and they warm together. They break bread at the table, they drink wine or whatever. It's a time of magic, of presents under the Christmas tree. But most of all, it's the time of the presence of you. On behalf of Doves for Peace, I would like to welcome you to this short video session. I would like to dedicate this time to the birth of Jesus. But before I do, I've lit a candle, my Christmas candle, to celebrate this time and to bring in world peace. I've got a beautiful Tibetan Buddhist prayer that I would like to read before we start. May you be at peace. May your heart remain open. May you awaken to the light of your own true nature. May you be healed. May you be the source of healing for all beings. We cannot have peace until we become peaceful. Mother Earth and all her inhabitants, whether human, in the animal kingdom, the nature kingdom, the ocean kingdom, or the sacred ground we walk on, and underneath is bleeding. Her wounds are open and raw. It is our responsibility to make changes, drastic changes. Our children and their children are needing a better place, a planet of harmony, and it is up to us to give it to them, no one else. Spread your light through love and kindness. Become the candle that lights the world with love. And that's what I would like to speak about today. As a little girl, I remember on Christmas Eve, my mother would get up in the middle of the night and place the Christmas presents under the tree. I waited till she would go back to bed, and then I'd quietly slip out of bed and sneak into the lounge room where the tree was. I'd check to see if the biscuits and the milk was gone that Santa was meant to drink that we had put out for him. And I would see all the presents that my mother and father saved very hard to buy for us. As a little girl, sitting there looking at those presents, I felt a deep sense of sadness. In fact, even talking about it is sort of bringing up that sadness. My eyes are really filling up with tears just thinking about it. That little girl sitting there feeling sad when I should have been overjoyed to be able to get up in the morning and to be given a doll's pram and a new doll and whatever else that was under there. Maybe a new bicycle with streamers coming off the handlebars. But I didn't feel that. And in the morning when I was handed my gifts, I tried to be cheerful. Thank you, and live in gratitude. But something still deep inside me was feeling this sadness. I realised as I got older, much older, that what the sadness was. The sadness was that it wasn't about the presents, the gifts. It was about the gift of my family, of having my family together. I felt sad for those who didn't have families, those who lived on the streets, those who chose to either by circumstance or it just happened that way. I felt sad for all those who were hurting, all those who were at war, all those who didn't have peace in their hearts at this special time of the year, this time when we reach out to one another to celebrate the birth of Jesus. So even as a young girl, I had the heart of someone who was feeling a sense of wanting more from our world, wanting nothing but peace. It may be an illusion, I don't know, but I hope and pray it isn't. Through the week, I received a message from my beautiful brother behind me, Jesus, and he asked me to not dim my light, the light within, to continue to have it lit and to shine it brightly for all to see. I asked him, why did he think that that was happening when I thought I had my heart open and I was shining my light for all to see? He said that as human beings, because we're sensitive and we're people pleasers and we want to be able to please another person, we tend to dim our lights if we feel that our light is too bright for somebody else, or someone may criticize us for shining our lights. And I had a circumstance that happened to me only a couple of weeks ago where I take full responsibility, allowed another to dim my light. And for a couple of days I sat in a bit of self-pity, I suppose. And then all of a sudden I said, no, this isn't good enough. So I sat back, puffed out my heart, breathed in God's love, breathed in God's light. I breathe in love. I breathe out light. I breathe in light. I breathe out love. I breathe in love and light. I breathe out love and light. That exercise, as you know, only took a few seconds. And after I did it, I heard an applause. And I looked around to see where it was coming from. And I realized it wasn't a physical applause. It was an applause from Jesus congratulating me on coming back home to the true light that shines within me. And I remember going to Mass as a little girl also and listening to the stories of Christmas and hearing about the star that shone so bright, that led the way for the 3 wise men so they could find their way to Jesus, the newborn babe. And that star is something that I concentrate on. And I see that bright shining star when I'm ever in a moment of doubt or fears or negativity comes into my heart. And I look up to that star and meditate on that star. And I just imagine it shining brightly down from the heavens into my heart and opening my heart to receive its divine grace, divine blessings, and divine presence. We don't have Thanksgiving here in Australia, but I wish we did. I really love that people celebrate family and friends at a special allotted time of the year, just before Christmas, to come together and celebrate their blessings and to have prayers of gratitude. I just think that is just so, oh gosh, if that doesn't bring peace into that household, every single household who celebrates on that particular day, nothing else will. So I wondered how I could in Australia, without celebrating such a special day, do that where I live without actually having a lot of people come around to, have a meal. And my thoughts were this: if I can just do one good deed to my neighbour on each side, and they did one good deed to their neighbours, and one good deed to their neighbours, a deed of kindness, how special would our neighbourhood be? And on and on and on the ball rolls. So from neighbour to neighbour to neighbour, from each little town to each city to each country, across the waters, from neighbour to neighbour to neighbour. How beautiful would our world become? How peaceful would a world become? Kindness to me is the key to peace. Kindness is the key to the gates of heaven. Kindness, for me, brings joy and happiness into my heart. I'm not kind because I want somebody to, pat me on the back. I'm kind because I love to be kind. I love nothing more than making my Christmas presents beautiful for those I give them to. Not because I want them to say how pretty they are, but because they deserve to have a gift that's as beautiful as they are. I think if we came to a world of kindness, peace would automatically just glow. I don't understand how we can't be kind to each other, but that's probably my way. So this Christmas, this is the time of our rebirth. Every day we have a chance to be reborn. God gives us tomorrows so we can change our todays. But why wait until tomorrow to change your today? I want you to know how beautiful you are. I want you to know how loved you are. I want you to know at this time of the year what a shining light you are. You are glowing. I can see it. I can see it. I can feel it. Continue to shine your lights like that star on Christmas Eve in the heavens, guiding the three wise men. Let that star guide you, for you are all wise. You are wisdom. You are love. You are nothing more or nothing less, for you are the sons and the daughters of our heavenly Creator. Jesus says, love thy neighbour as thyself. Learn to love yourself. Love yourself as I love you. It is then when you do, you will know and grow and become that star in the heavens. I'm just going to sit just for a minute and take a deep breath. What I'm doing is I'm breathing in the essence of you into my soul, into my heart. For you are a mirror of who I am. We are all mirrors of each other. If Jesus was here today and sitting in this seat speaking to you, I'm sure that he would stretch out his arms and just gather you all into his arms and bring you to his heart and give you the biggest hug that you've ever had in your whole life. Feel his heart against your heart. Feel that hug just vibrate right through your bodies, right through your system, right into the very soul of you. Breathe in the essence of Jesus, our Saviour. Breathe in his love. Feel his arms around you. He came to me in a dream about 2 weeks ago, and he looked very sad. And I said, "Why are you sad? You should be the happiest man in the whole universe, for you are the Son of God." And he looked at me, and a tear just trickled down from his eyes. And he said, "My sadness comes because I fear I have been forgotten." I said, "Who would forget you? We celebrate your death. We celebrate your birth." And he looked at me and he said, "It's not I that has been forgotten. My teachings have been forgotten. My teachings about love. My messages about love." And I said to him, "Don't worry." I gave him a bit of a pat on the shoulder. "I'll go ahead and share your teachings. I won't let you be forgotten." And he gave me the biggest hug that I could ever possibly have and said, "Thank you." So on this Christmas day, through this Christmas season and into 2015, let us feel the hugs of Jesus. Let us learn to live a life of kindness. Let us open our hearts to shine that lighthouse, that lantern within. I'll just finish off this session with a meditation. But first of all, I really love some of the Christmas songs that they have now. I think the wording is a little bit different than Jingle Bells and all those songs that we had in the past. Mind you, I used to love Mary's Boy Child, and I still love it to this day. But this one's my grown-up Christmas list. And it says, "Do you remember me when I sat on your knee? I wrote to you with childhood fantasies. Well, I'm all grown up now and still need help somehow. I'm not a child, but my heart can still dream. So here's my lifelong wish, my grown-up Christmas wish, not for myself, but for a world in need. No more lives torn apart, that wars would never start, and time will heal all hearts, and everyone would have a friend, and right would always win, and love will never end. This is my grown-up Christmas list." It's not about presents. It's about the presence of love. And I'd like to go into a small meditation now, just to prepare you for this Christmas season. So if you would like to just sit quietly and close your eyes, open up your hearts to receive the hug of Jesus as I go through this meditation with you. Taking a deep breath, breathing into the heart chakra, opening the heart chakra to receive, and let us begin. As you prepare for prayer, let your soul descend into the silence of this time of year and be attentive to the Spirit of God that wraps itself around you with the softness of angels' wings. Keep your eyes closed, for this is a time of brief reflection and meditation. Our worth, as we will never have the power to believe anything more than our worth. Because God is greater than we are, we need never to succumb to the meaninglessness of what our worth is. Not even when our self-esteem is at an all-time low. Not even when we have made a mess of our lives. Not even when we see no purpose to our existence. Because God is greater than we are, we can know that we are forever known, forever loved, forever valued. God is also as near to us as our very breath, the breath you are now breathing deep into your heart. We are never alone or in total isolation. We are never cut off from life and goodness. Because God is as close to us as our own breath, we need never go through any experience believing that no one cares, no one understands, no one will feel the pain with us, not even when we feel alone, not even when our anger and agony are so deep as to be beyond words, because God and His Son Jesus is with us. Our pain is shared and we are understood. It was at Christmas that God beyond us became the God among us, and in one cosmic moment made us forever one. May the blessing of the God who is beyond you and as close to you as your own beating heart rain down upon you and give you His divine grace. Christmas is not for counting the things that you have lost, but for counting the blessings you have. Keep a warm heart and spread the joy around you. May all your dreams come true. May love work its magic into your life. May your heart be filled with hope and joy. May you touch every life you meet. May the miracle of Christmas fill your hearts with warmth and love. At this time of the year, it is a great time to pause and think of the miracles in your life. Believe, have faith, and joy while celebrating the birth of our Son, of God's Son, of your friend and brother, Jesus the Christ. So from my family to you and your families, we wish you the peace, the happiness, and the magic of Christmas. Shine your light. Believe, have faith. With all our love, Namaste from Australia, Jen-Irishu. God bless you.